Hello guys. You are on the channel Alice Reddit Stories. Enjoy watching. Started a throwaway account for obvious reasons. My wife and I have been together for over 27 years. We met in high school, got married at 21, and have 3 kids. In high school, we lost our virginity together. A couple of years in, over the course of a year, she broke up with me and slept with 3 different men. The last time it happened, I was an idiot for getting back with her, but I love her and had a hell of a bond with her. Unfortunately, she lied about the last guy. He was this creepy 25-year-old guy, and she was 17. She said they were just friends, and although I didn't believe her, I tried to. Fast forward to 2014, my father died unexpectedly while on vacation with our 2 older kids. In a panic, I told my wife let's go, and she refused because her sister was there, and she didn't have enough time to get ready. I went alone to be with my 5-year-old at the time, and 9-year-old son, because they literally found my father dead on the bathroom floor. The next day, while planning his funeral, she's giving me a hard time, because she needs to leave and see her family for Easter. Over the course of a year, we slowly degraded. She's up her family's ass 24/7, and we drift apart. I decided I had enough, and separated, with no intention of returning. This was 2015. In the middle of 2016, we started talking again, and decided to try and work things out. Yeah, I know I'm a clique. I immediately told her that about 7 months earlier I was talking, and sleeping with someone else. I've only had 2 sex partners in my entire life. I told her everything she wanted to know, without hesitating. She then tells me she met some dude at a store and they had a FWB relationship, and she was currently still talking to him. She provides information about that, and I say okay, but cut off all communication with said dude, as I had already cut off the other girl. It felt just wrong being with someone else. It always made me feel empty. That's why I wasn't talking to her anymore. Anyway, we reconcile, move forward. Fast forward to the start of COVID. And my wife's sister husband just up and left her and her 2 kids. Okay, so we all need to be there for her, although my wife still talks to them daily, visits them every weekend and holiday, even if it's just Memorial Day, etc. So time passes, and our relationship begins to fall apart again, due to her solely focusing on her family. Our first vacation in almost 2 years due to COVID, she invites her sister to come. This pisses me, and my kids off, and myself, and my 3 boys stay behind. The domino effect starts again. I decided to ask her to renew our vows, and focus on us. She agrees. I buy her a flawless 1-carat diamond, set in platinum, book a trip to a tropical place for a week, and we renew our vows. Fast forward to this past summer, and her phone is giving her trouble. She's got tons of pics, etc. I suggested backing everything up, and getting a new phone. She backed up her pictures to the computer. We both use this laptop. While looking for something, I stumble on a face in the search part of photos in Windows. I click on it, and it's some dude she had worked with. She left her job a year ago, to help with my company. There's tons of pics of him. When I confronted her, she like, oh, that's just work pics. We get gift cards when we take pictures of someone working. I said, well, a bunch of these are just pics of him sitting around. I could tell she was lying, and went off. She then confessed that said dude, her coworker, was her FWB while we were split up. I accepted that she slept with someone, we were not together, but she promised she'd have no contact with dude, and she did for almost 6 years. They've went to lunch together, with other coworkers, worked out together at work. There's a gym at her old place of employment. They even ran in a work 5K as partners. Also found out she went to lunch with him and 4 other EX coworkers a few months after she left the job. I was absolutely furious that she's lied for so long. She also admitted to sleeping with that guy when we were kids, remember the 25-year-old. All this left me angry and lost. It's been a few months since I found out, and I'm still angry. She really takes no accountability for it, and said well it's in the past, and it doesn't matter anymore. Well, she made this current for me. Now I realize why I was never invited to work events that allowed spouses to come. I've never met any coworkers, and I'd call her several times to meet for lunch, and she'd have plans already. She denies anything other than platonic work with dude since we got back together. I even contacted dude pretending to be her, and he confirmed that there was nothing after the FWB thing. He was fired in 2020. He was in IT and kept up with the camera system. He had been keeping footage of coworkers and taking it home. This bothered me, and I started digging. I'm not gonna put anyone on a crosshair, but I found certain accounts on certain sites and confirmed it was him, talking about their relationship while we split up, in vivid detail. It was shocking. Even found out it happened in our house, on our couch. Needless to say, I have since literally burned that couch in a bonfire. What worries me is that this dude may have secretly recorded her too. On these certain sites, he obviously has a voyeurism issue. He's also into married women solely. I'm uncertain I can move past this. We're good for a short while, then I kinda shut down. Any advice would be appreciated. Sorry for the length and grammar. Doing this on my phone quickly. TDLR. Been with wife 27 years. She lied about 2 guys in our relationship, one creepy older guy, and creepy voyeur guy who was coworker, help. My husband, 35M, and I, 32F, own a business together. He works hard physical labor 365 days a year, while I take care of our children and our home and the paperwork side of the business. Honestly, our life does kind of suck. We are never together because he's always gone to work. We don't make nearly enough money to cover our cost of living with a big family. We just keep running on that hamster wheel, hoping one day we can get off and find some sort of joy. I find my husband resents me for having such a big family. The reason he says he has to have the career he has, even though I've told him I am happy to also get a full-time job and we sell our business and both work more of a 9-to-5 gig. That way we could maybe get some time together as a couple and our kids could see their father sometimes. The idea of a husband being home for the weekend sounds truly amazing to me. We recently got a couple new employees. In desperate hope that he can maybe start to work less, one of which is female, and who he has become best friends with. It started with flirty texts and him always wanting to go be with her, even outside of work, after working 10 to 12-hour days with her by his side, but he always found an excuse to go help her. I grew very suspicious and insecure over his new friendship, which is when I decided to go through his phone and found out just how flirty and close they were becoming. I confronted him and broke down and told him how much he has hurt me. Because as far as I knew, we were a happily married couple with an amazing sex life. We only see each other at night, but we've always made the most of it and always have our time together with sex, laughing, cuddling, and a show together. Every night. When first confronted, he broke down and said how incredibly sorry he was and that it was just flirting and he never planned to ever let it go beyond that. But he agreed that that was too far for a married man and that he would back off and keep it professional considering he is her boss. This was over a month ago now that he was confronted. And 2 months since she came into our life. But the only thing that has changed is that he just makes sure to delete all their texts. Which he has admitted to me and claims that the only reason he feels the need to delete them is because I don't like that they are even friends, so he wants it to seem like they are strictly business. Which is incredibly dumb since I know he's deleting, so I just have to imagine what the texts say instead of knowing what is actually being said, and even if they are innocent, the convos being made up in my head are not. I feel like I'm going absolutely crazy. I feel like I need to watch his every move and constantly check on him and question everything he says or does. It's really messing with my mental health, all while trying to care for my family and home and just everyday stress. While also watching his mental health crumble and become incredibly depressed, overworked, and just overall drained to the point where he doesn't even seem human. But the thing is, I can see glimpses of the old him when he's with her. They are together all day, every day. And when they aren't, they are texting or calling each other. When I hear him on the phone with her, he sounds so happy. But the odd time he talks to me on the phone, he seems annoyed and wants me to leave him alone. And if I know she's with him, he will only call me by my name and never babe, and won't say I love you, and he sends her pics all day and gifts. And making sure to delete all evidence, meaning all this takes much more time than a simple text, but never responds to my texts and always says he's too busy to text at work. Seems like he has lots of spare time to live a life. I just feel like he's totally checked out of our marriage and is ready to move on with a new life with this new woman and pretend I never even existed. We've been together almost 20 years, and I guess I just wasn't prepared for my husband to wake up one day and not care for me anymore. I thought I was set for life with my person, but his actions are showing me that he doesn't really care about my feelings and is fine if I stay or go, because he's going to keep doing what he wants, and it's up to me if I want to walk away from our marriage. But I have zero interest in a divorce. I just want him to love and respect me and go back to our life before this other woman arrived. I'm just feeling really gutted and hurt from the last couple months of my life. But he's not willing to make any changes to improve our life or marriage, so I feel like, why am I wasting my time and energy to try to fix something that can't be fixed? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. There are many interesting stories ahead of you.